Hello, everybody. This is Corey with Mighty Mushroom. I am going to be doing a show this evening for you. It will not all be in a foreign language. It will all be in a common language, which we all understand here in Mother Russia. I'm going to do some screen sharing and some listing and some. Well, I'm just going to continue with the theme of doing listings from drafts. So let's go. Ugh. Jesus Christ, I am like sloppy today. I'm so sloppy today. Oh my god. I got my sound working again, I think, though. Oh god, I'm sloppy. Okay. The music, no music in the background. People keep monetizing my videos because there's music in the background, which is annoying. I don't want to monetize them, but I don't want them to be monetized either. So now I have to figure out how to like use different music or, you know, hang with the homies. Let's see. Gosh, these sell for more money than I thought. That's interesting. We've got first item is an Apple Airport Extreme Base Station. I actually thought this thing was junk. Looks like it actually has some value. Gonna sell for 75 bucks. Those pictures kind of suck. Dude, that States Crate stuff is crazy. 250 people were watching her pack crates. That's cray. Wow, impressive. It was cool. I don't really know anything about clothing or fashion or anything. I'm hopeless. I'm hopeless. And you think it's like you're playing dress up or something, right? I never played dress. I'm like a dude and stuff. So the concept of packing crates like that for me is like slightly torturous. not not because I don't think it's cool. Could definitely learn a lot. But God, I can barely put my own socks on most of the time. For some reason, I have some business acumen and it helps me run my business. But beyond that, I am completely useless. My poor wife. I already know I'm completely useless, though, so I try to get better, but what can you do? Uh-oh. This is a sealed set of 5 Carmen Electra aerobic striptease lap dance sexy DVDs, apparently. This is some kind of Carmen Electra sealed lap dancing set. Some of these sealed things sell for pretty good money. So we will. Isn't that funny? It's funny with some of the houses that these things come out of. Obviously, somebody never opened it and therefore did not use it. So it must not have been that serious. Might be a prank gift or something too. I don't know. Let's raise this up. These Sony portable DVD players, it might seem ridiculous because everybody uses like tablets and everything now, but some people really don't want their kids to have access to that stuff, and they want to choose what their kids like watch and see, and that's what this is for. I think that's why people still use these, but because you can play anything on a tablet basically. So let's see what she put. She put $34.99. But I don't think that this thing is that cheap. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Kayla, how are you doing? I don't know if you're just listening to me drone on or what. Actually, this one is pretty... Oh, no cords, untested. I think they're about more like 70 bucks. That's what I would have thought. She didn't price it that bad, I guess, but I think that's a little bit too cheap. We're going to go $54.99. That's good. I wish I could play music or something. I don't know if music is better than some weirdo just droning on about Carmen Electra DVDs. Label maker, if you don't sell Brother label makers on Amazon, don't start because you'll be highly disappointed. Just kidding. No, they sell for really good money, especially if they're in the original package. For some reason, people care if these are used or not, and they care a lot. And I have no idea why they care a lot, because they seem to work forever. I've had the same one forever, and I don't use it that much, I guess, but it works great. I mean, this thing's pretty clean. If this was in the original package, it'd be like 4 times as much. And they really do sell for that. I set my prices a little bit higher than everybody else. I don't like to have the same price as everybody else. I like to have a higher price. That's why maybe I only sold 6 items today. Whew, that sucked. 6 items today. I did turn shipping back on because I don't know. I just wanted to turn shipping back on. I have no idea why I did that. I usually do free shipping. My prices are based on free shipping. Sometimes I just want to work less for a minute and make the same amount of money. So what I'll do is I'll turn shipping on and not change my pricing, and my conversion rate goes down like 20%, but the money coming in goes up 20% too. So it's just when you have a lower volume, returns can make a big difference. And I don't know if anybody's even watching this. Like maybe somebody is or somebody isn't. I'm screen sharing, so I can't really see if anybody's watching. If you are watching, say hi in the chat. I appreciate it. Bloomberg said 33% of things ordered on the internet are returned across multiple platforms. And I thought it was just me. It's you and somebody else, Kayla. Somebody else is watching. I can't see who it is, but there are other people watching right now. Gosh dang it. 33% of everything that's ordered on Amazon basically is returned, which is slightly crazy. And somehow I just turned the lights off. Oh, caramba. Is it going to be one of those days? Is it going to be another one of those days? I've had so many good days in a row that I guess I'm going to have to... You got to bear some bad days, too, just to make sure you're in it, you know? So, man, I've just been exhausted lately with just about everything that you could imagine being exhausted with. And, gosh, trying to maintain a positive attitude and get some stuff done. But Christ, this morning I was like, I don't even want to pack orders. I just want to do nothing. And I want to sit by a lake. And throw rocks at a tree for a minute. I put one of these on eBay and one of these on Amazon to check something. I do some split experiments. Would you do a giveaway? Like, what kind of giveaway? Do all kinds of giveaways. I just did a giveaway on Instagram for Kopi Luwak. Who's Jaquias time? What do you want me to give away? My soul to the devil? My soul to the devil. Keywords are good. These, I don't know what these sell for on eBay. You could probably buy these on eBay and sell them on Amazon and make money. A lot of these small wireless computing devices. Look at the spread there. $113 new, $15.98. These are like $15 all day, but like $95 on Amazon. They don't sell that often, but look them up on Amazon. They sell for a ton of money, even used. So I think I just discovered something weird. God, I don't even want to sell it for that price, but it's already been done. So we'll list it for too cheap of a price, I guess. Those are expensive. Oh, no, those aren't the ones that sold for ridiculous money. Those were the Scrabble ones, excuse me. That one probably sells for like 40 on Amazon. I got a little Mustang Ranch mug. For some reason, this listing didn't go through before. So I was doing some bulk listing before, and for some reason, some things didn't pop through. It says, oh, okay, see, that is listed. So we got a belt buckle. I showed this belt buckle before. For some reason, it said it wasn't listed. It appears to be listed. Let's contrast a little bit. Bam. Tighten these up a little bit. This should sell for really good money. This is a, I don't know why Tiffany and Company is in there, because it is not Tiffany and Company. I wish. Save that. Let's take another quick look. Why would you ever think that this was from Tiffany? I don't want to do that. So I want to enlarge it. Take a look. The condition looks pretty jankified. That's better. It's not janky. I mean, it's a pretty cool old. This is the real deal. This is like somebody who worked for the railroad or something. I mean, this is not a reproduction. This thing is old as fuck. You can see how it was put together. It was like it's how it was machined on the back. That's cool. I'm glad you subscribed. I mean, if we're doing shows with like a lot of people, I'll do some cool giveaways, definitely. But there needs to be, if I do a giveaway, it's got to be like for a reason. What do you, like? I have to like plan it and stuff, you know. Yeah, I know. I don't know what this thing is. It's just, oh, it just can we? Who is this guy? Can I look at his channel? Go to channel. G-Quace time. I don't know. Who the hell are you? It's a spam account. Thank you. I'm like, what is this person talking about? Sure, I can do a giveaway. I have this nice shiny penny. Maybe I'm a zombie cat, and maybe I find cool stuff in the world and put it on cyberspace. And maybe one of these items is sitting in front of you right now. This has this weird thingy and this weird thingy, and it's old, and I think it's from the 1920s. And I'm gonna put that in the listing. 1920s. Freaking cool. Antique Union Pacific Railroad buckle from the 1920s. Sweet. See if I have this listed. I had some weird ones that were I don't know anything. Your cat is like a walking. Your cat is like a walking, freshly waxed ball sack. Is freshly waxed ball sack. Your cat scares me. I don't like animals in my house. Ugh. $69.99. I think this should be $169.99. No, it sounds crazy, but sometimes these things you got to price them up high so people can find them. It's so weird. QWERTY is the best. I'm sure QWERTY is great. It's not that I don't like cats; it's that I hate them. Just kidding. I just not into. I'm just not into animals in my crib. We got like a fish, but if it can leave fur around, listen to me. I'm already like allergic to everything. Yeah, it's easier to refer to your cat in letters. It looks like there's some duplicate listings here. And there's some listings that I really don't want to do right now. Ugh. Okay. I'm going to stop screen sharing for a second. Oh, I haven't been screen sharing. Thanks, everybody. I was showing really cool stuff, and no, I wasn't even screen sharing. That's amazing. Oh, wow. So, as you can tell by my lighting setup and my sound setup, that I am, in fact, a very, very storied and long-lived YouTube professional. I think I'm going to get a new computer because I really want to use the 6-bit software, and it is really cool, and it really does work really, really well, and it's really flexible, and it's inexpensive for that type of software. It won't work on this computer, and I'm getting annoyed with this Apple piece of nonsense. Nothing works right. The OS is kind of old, and I can't upgrade to the new OSs. And planned obsolescence is like part of Apple's MO. I got one of their phones. I like it or whatever, but I don't like their deal. I'm not into their deal. Just make things not work right after a certain amount of time so that you'll sell new crap. There's some minerals that you need to make these phones. One of them is called coltan. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of coltan before. I'm not saying like I'm above anybody else in this whole thing, but like the reason I sell used electronics is because when you recycle them, they're really toxic. So there's this mineral. Let's talk about phones for a second. Let me spout some garbage knowledge here. Let's talk about Apple, planned obsolescence, and coltan. I haven't been what? I haven't been. I don't know what the context is bad. If you say you haven't been and there's like a gap, like I speak so quickly, I have no idea what I said 10 minutes ago. So sorry about that. Anyway, if anybody wants to come in here and entertain me as I talk about coltan, I'm going to load some more listings in a second, but you haven't been. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I haven't been screen sharing. Yes. So I'm going to end the non-screen sharing, and we're going to talk about coltan. Coltan is a dull black metallic ore from which the elements niobium and tantalum are extracted. The niobium-dominant mineral coltan is columbite, and the tantalum-dominated mineral is tantalite. There's two forms of it. Tantalum from coltan is used to manufacture tantalum capacitors used in electronics products. Coltan mining has been cited as helping to finance serious conflicts, for example, the Ituri conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. It seems like Rwanda and Australia produce. So in 1990, Australia produced 50% of the world's coltan, and that was only 165 metric tons. And then in 2002, it peaked at 940, and then it went off to basically zero. So there's no more discovered coltan reserves in Australia. You need it to make these phones that we all love. Coltan production spiked in Brazil in about 2002, in Rwanda in about 2003, and it looks like they found new proven reserves around Africa after that. Right now, I have no idea, but it doesn't look good. Many sources mention coltan's importance in the production of mobile phones. Small products for some reason. The ethics of mining coltan in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is from Wikipedia. Conflicts, including the Rwandan occupation in the east of the Democratic Republic of Congo, made it difficult for the DRC to exploit its coltan reserves. Mining of coltan is mainly artisanal and small scale. I think that really means done by slaves, most likely. What up, Krillin? The UN Security Council report stated that much of the ore is illegally mined. Well, the government decides what is illegal or legal. So whether something's illegally mined or not doesn't really matter. And smuggled across Congo's eastern border by militias from neighboring Uganda, Burundi, and Rwanda. So they're like smuggling and they have been for a long time, to like fund foreign wars. The minerals that are inside of these phones. A lot of people don't know that. Coltan smuggling likely provided income for the military occupation of the Congo and the prolonged civil conflicts afterward. There are citations in this article. I'm not going to read them. If you want to look at the Wikipedia article, you can. Because it's difficult to distinguish legitimate from illegitimate mining operations, several processors, such as Cabot Corporation, have decided to forego Central African coltan altogether, relying on other sources. It doesn't seem like there's many other sources out there. It says that coltan reserves are in a lot of eastern mountain gorillas habitat, and miners are far from food sources, so they destroy their habitat and then they eat the gorillas. The gorilla population has seriously been reduced and is now critically endangered in coltan producing areas. In Central and West Africa, an estimated 3 to 5 million tons of coltan related bushmeat, including gorillas, is captured each year, I guess. Yeah, pretty crazy. I don't know how they abate that, but I am totally I'm totally about not using Apple products anymore after learning those sort of things. Very, very recently. I didn't even know what coltan was. I didn't even know it existed. But it's like the unobtainium from that movie. It even looks like it. Look, that's columbite. Look at that. Look at that weird stuff. Straight up looks like something a spaceship is made out of. Anyway, so I have to get a new computer so I can run 6-bit and get that going. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like lithium. Lithium is one of the like more ethically mined substances, but anything that needs to be mined out of the ground creates a lot of waste in like huge waste streams, especially in places where it's not like regulated. So let's say if you've ever seen like Gold Rush or one of those shows, and those strip mines are considered the most ecologically damaging. So strip mines are when basically instead of digging a hole in the ground, there are like placer mines, or they're called placer deposits. So when you have gold in like two basically mineable forms. One is like source gold, where it's still in the ore, it's still in the formation rock. You can't strip mine that. The other way gold exists is in they use lithium, but lithium is like generally ethically mined, and now a lot of the lithium that's going to go into electric cars is they're going to start mining lithium in the United States to make electric car batteries from. It's a collaboration between Tesla, who I trust with a lot of things, especially the environment, and to Panasonic. And I like Panasonic, actually. They are not into the whole planned obsolescence bullshit. They produce good products that last a long time. I think electric cars are actually good because they stop the use or future use of fossil fuels. I think like 70% of the United States power still comes from fossil fuel productions. We point our finger all over the world, but basically the eastern seaboard is powered with coal power. And they decommissioned lots of nuclear power plants in the United States. I think they realized that they were dangerous a long time ago. Here, Trojan's been decommissioned. There's been several other decommissioned. And after those were decommissioned, then you have events like Fukushima and unstoppable catastrophic events associated with nuclear power, which is just a form of like electric power. All they're doing is using like uh, controlled nuclear reactions to boil water. It's the same thing as like using any other. It's just that, you know, power production using like things that are from the earth, and the earth is kind of like this little closed system except for like sunlight, you know. You're going to release that stuff into the environment. I mean, solar seems like the way to produce power in the future. Wind is awesome, wind is cool, but it seems like solar is just so dependable, you know. Yeah, I mean, it would be, but think about, I mean, I don't own my own home right now. So what am I supposed to do? I would totally install, if I own this place, I would it would be equipped already. I would have equipped it, but I don't live in my own home. So, and I do that for I only rent. We could afford to totally do what we wanted in a house, but this gives us some flexibility, and we don't have huge financial commitments, and our our money's invested in other things right now because we can't. Getting into the housing market in Portland is really overpriced right now. So we're just watching things. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there's minerals have to be mined. So going back to gold, there's two types of gold. There's gold that's directly in the source, which means you have to take the rocks, pulverize them, take the gold out. Okay, that takes machines and dynamite and industrial production. Or there's strip mining, where you just basically strip one layer away and strip the next layer away, strip the next layer away, and that's what they do in like Alaska, strip mining for placer gold. So the placer gold is when it's broken off of the source and is tumbled around and moved all around and non-geologically, you know, like physically, it wasn't moved by, you know, the formation of the earth or tectonics or whatever. It was moved by forces mostly on the surface. So they call it surface gold too, but you have to remember the surface changes, right? So this gold might have been placer gold that was 1,000,000 years ago, or 100 million years ago, or a billion years ago. I have no idea, and just stacks up on top of each other. So you scrape away those layers, you know. Pay dirt. Pay dirt is, so it just depends on the concentration of gold. So pay dirt is just concentrated. It's it's um, it's it, it's either naturally concentrated or it's artificially concentrated. So let's say you run a dredge, or it doesn't have to be those giant dredges from the 1920s, like a little dredge that you suck water up out of the, or mud out of the bottom of the river. You suck that up, and it passes through your sieve, your your gold mining equipment, your high banker, your whatever type of sluice you're using, and it's not just going to be pure gold. There's going to be mica in there. There's going to be gems in there. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. It's going to be like the heavier mud fraction. And you're going to see gold sometimes, but sometimes it's going to be covered in clay and stuff. So you could consider that pay dirt actually when you artificially make a concentrate. But generally, the pay dirt is like, you know, the bed of the river was here, and that was laying on top of a bunch of rock, you know, bedrock. Usually pay dirt's right above bedrock. But what'll happen sometimes is like there'll be events where placer is laid, and then giant boulders are laid, and then placer is laid, and giant boulders laid. So you can have multiple layers of pay dirt, and that's why they do like coring to figure that stuff out. Guys on eBay sell pay dirt. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, you can find gold anywhere on the planet. It just depends on which concentration that, I mean, it might take you digging up entire beach to find a grain, or you might dig up a shovel that's pure gold. You know, it's just gold is everywhere on the earth is the core of the earth is made of like they say it's made of iron. I mean, it's a good guess, but if you really think about how like diffusion works and how you know how things of separate densities separate. If you believe that the Earth is a sphere, I don't really care if it's flat or a sphere, whatever. The only way the Earth can have a core, in which I'm speaking of, is if it's a sphere, really. So it's a sphere, or sphere-like object, and if it accreted, right? If it was like a bunch of shit floating in space, it came together. The denser stuff would come to the center, right? And the lighter stuff would stay out to the edge. So still that would be the case. The center of the earth should be like extremely dense, like gold and plutonium and like very, very heavy metals. That wouldn't surprise me if the center of the earth was actually a giant ball of gold. We have a lot of surface gold on the planet. I'm gonna say a huge percentage of the earth is actually made out of gold, but it's funny, like if you think about what the diameter of the earth is and how much of the inside of the earth by technical assumption or by theoretical assumption is liquid metal, like you could probably cover the surface of the earth in a mile of molten gold. And we just like fight over it. It's so funny. People love people, I don't know why. It's funny. It's like gold is idolized in this way. Like even the gold that I have, I really like it for some reason. I just like my wedding ring is made of like 22 karat gold, and I really like it. It's not. I have no idea why. I mean, maybe it's because like I have alien genes inside of me that like make me want gold or something. I don't know. But I like. I don't know. Yeah, just like I do like gold. I mean, I like things of high value, I guess, too. I'll probably take these out of my pocket. I actually have some gold in my pocket if you want to see. Right, let's see. I posted these on Instagram a while back. I'm just going to show these because they're pretty cool. I haven't sold them. They're in my safe deposit box, but I'm going to put them up for sale here. I'll probably post them on Instagram here in a second. I should really be working right now, not talking to a blank screen, but I need a break, actually, for a second. It's been a long week. It's been a long week to come. Mondays are not Mondays for me. Every day is Wednesday for me. Yeah, there's a lot of mining. So these are Kurt Wayne. It looks like they're marked 10 karat, but this guy made everything in 18 karat gold, and they're 13 gram caribou, three-dimensional caribou. I believe they're 18 karat gold. It's caribou. It's like a reindeer. So they're these really tacky cufflinks. I got these at Goodwill actually for 12 bucks. 12 US dollars. I will not sell them for that. Obviously. Yeah, they're really cool. And when I saw the price on them, sheesh, it's funny. So I walked into Goodwill and this guy had these in his hand. He had them in his hand. They were like 13 bucks. He picked them up right in front of me. He's a known picker too. I know who he is. I mean, I know his name and I know he's a picker. It's funny. He picked these up, looked at them. Somebody called him on his phone. Blah, blah, blah. He's like, he got distracted by his phone and put him down. He put him back in the case. He walked out the door, and I was like, "Can I see those, please?" And I gagged them. When I go through little boxes at estate sales and stuff, I'll garage sales and estate sales, I'll just pick this stuff up. And I mean, some of it I sell, some of it I usually keep. I try to keep things that aren't currency. I try to keep some gold. Got some Bitcoin. Got some things that aren't. Got some things that like aren't gold. aren't cash. So it's good to have assets that are other than cash. People might make you think that you need, like, millionaires don't have all their money in cash. They have it in like real estate and bonds and silver and gold and now cryptocurrency, which Guy is kind of into. I don't know if he's at work or not. What's up? He can hang out. Nope, he's hanging out with me right now. I'm trying to get these untangled. These are tangled up together. Let me see here. Okay. This show is not going well. I apologize, everyone. Just going to keep firing it out, though, here as I go. So these are tangled. These are both 14 karat. I got these out of the same house. I mean, very little into them. This one's like diamonds with the Eiffel Tower. This one's like diamonds and snowflakes. Oh, you're cool. I'm just blabbling, trying to preach about the Earth being. It's because it's an Apple product and they suck. I'm not going to use foul language right now because I'm very frustrated with this thing. You see this? When you put two bracelets or necklaces or whatever together, look at this. Ugh, gold knot. Anyway, I'm probably not going to sell this for their jewelry value. I think it's really hard to sell jewelry, so I usually just keep it for melt. But I grabbed this because I just spent a lot of money on. This is like ½ ounce of gold. I just spent a lot of money on this stupid building, and I don't have the keys yet, which is vexing by all regards. So I've got this is an ounce of gold, but I decided I wasn't ever going to sell the cufflinks just as gold melt value, obviously, because they're a really, really beautiful, intricate piece of art. But I'd like to. Hey, Guy, will you give me $800 for these? They're like $600 in melt value, at least. They're ½ an ounce of gold. Give me $800. Who will give me $800 for these? They're worth $12 at least. Somebody give me $800. Ugh. They're probably worth more than that. Look at Kurt Wayne. Oh, let's do that. Okay. So whenever you buy gold, it's nice to have a little hoard or a little stash. A little hoard, a little stash. So that when you need some cash, you can put a little stash. You know, it's funny. This much gold. What's an ounce of gold? And there's some diamonds in there too, but there's definitely some diamonds in there. I'll put these up for auction on eBay, and usually do pretty well. And fortunately, no one's tried to defraud me yet, but it seems like a risky game. Anyway, let's look at Kurt Wayne. If you've never heard of, yeah, I got several different forms of stash. I have an Egyptian mummy buried in the backyard, so if I need to, if anybody needs mummy parts, you should always have a stash of mummy parts. They really do well on the black market. My mummy says, "Come to school today." I'm gonna blow your minds. I'm gonna blow your minds right now. Okay, everybody listen. Everybody watch. I promise. I'm smart. Okay. Because of the potato quality of this amazing camera, you can't really see it. I really wish you could. It's got Kurt Wayne's signature on there right here. It's hard to see. I apologize. After Black Friday, I guess I'm going to get a new laptop Black Friday-ish so I can get a good deal, or what is perceived as a good deal, because I need to perceive it as a good deal even if it is not one. So we'll see. Kurt Wayne. Let's do a screen share and talk about Kurt Wayne. because Krillin, you're going to find this Kurt Wayne, I promise. I promise. Screen share. I know you could do this on your own. Share. Bam. Okay. So I haven't done anything but look up the term Kurt Wayne. Let's not look at solds first. Let's do price plus shipping highest first. There's a nice $40,000 Kurt Wayne necklace. Here we go. So same artist. These, I don't know if mine are 18 karat or not, but these, as you can see, the work is very reminiscent. These are little detailed frogs, frog cufflinks, really cute, really cool. Emerald eyes, some kind of, it looks like emerald as the eyes. It could be jade as the eyes. Could certainly be like very high quality jade. Maybe that's what it is. Either emerald or jade there. Let's see if this person knows. Off-brand iPhone headphone adapters, or what does that have to do with anything? You're hot garbage. So yeah, these cufflinks are amazing. There's Kurt Wayne's signature, and there they are. See, they have a little serial number on them. Well, I don't have a serial number that I saw, but these may have been. I mean, I don't think this guy mass-produced really anything. I test the gold generally. I didn't test these cufflinks because I didn't want to scratch them, and they're marked. But I test it with a testing kit. You can get one on. You can get one on Amazon for like $10 or something. Looks like jade for the eyes again on this grasshopper. You can see the theme. This is $3,650. It's a little brooch. Weighs 23 grams, so they're asking 3 times its weight. Basically 3 times its weight. These are some nice little ducks. These look earlier in Kurt Wayne's. These are 35 grams of 18 karat gold. I mean, Jesus. That is money. Why I think mine are significantly more valuable than any of these is that these were all mass produced, and the pair that I have are custom, and you can see where he carved in his signature into them. Who is that? Hello? Whoa. What just happened? Things are freaking me out now. Oh, crap. It'll crisp it. All right. So, you just tried to pop in. Somebody tried to pop in the chat. I heard something in the background. Or my computer freaked out, or I'm uncracked, and I've been in this basement too long. All right, so yeah, you can see Kurt Wayne's stuff. Look how crazy this stuff is. 2,900. So none of this means anything until we do this and see. Anybody can list anything for any price on eBay. I can actually make $1 million listing right now if you guys would like. I could list like this pair of cufflinks for $1 million if I wanted to. And if somebody wanted to pay it, they could. I'd be very happy about that. So let's see here. I wanted to go through some gold stuff. Talk a little bit about gold and finding gold and not assuming that somebody's actually looked, because I always find my gold in places where you would assume somebody already looked. Sometimes valuable things are hiding right in front of you. So it looks like they sold a pair of these frog cufflinks for $3,300. That's sold, and for that price. Here's another pair for $2,000. Here's a pair of ducks for $1,300. And obviously this stuff is really expensive, so those are the only items from the last 90 days. But there are a few. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 items in the last 90 days, which isn't too bad. These being signed by Kurt Wayne himself and not just approved by him Maybe we can read a little bit about who Kurt Wayne was. Let's see, because he's pretty. I mean, his story is actually pretty cool. Kurt Wayne. Yes. I think he was he fled from. Look, I mean, his stuff's on sale at like the biggest auction houses. Look at this, Christie's. So eBay might not be the best place to sell this stuff. Price realized, like, this is a topaz and diamond ring that sold on Christie's for $8,125. And here's a couple of cheesy looking gold necklaces. And those sold for $7,500. That was in 2012. And those look like the only past results. So not a ton of sales there. Christie's is pretty amazing. If you haven't looked at what's for sale or how they sell, it is insane. Look, there's like a Picasso right there. Mr. Picasso. Holy Pacrapo. Wow, look at this stuff. Post-war and contemporary art evening sale. That doesn't look post-war to me. Sale highlights. Post-war? It looks like Renaissance to me. Yeah. Oh my god, dude! Holy crap! That's a Da Vinci. Oh, are you kidding me? On November 5th, 2017, this Da Vinci goes up for sale. Look at that. What? What? Wow. I know Leonardo da Vinci was a prolific painter, but dude, for real? Crazy. Look at what these guys get. Mark Rothko, Andy Warhol, Louis Bourgeois, Frank Stella, I don't know. Basquiat. Woo! Dude, look at that. November 15th. Estimate 25 to 35 million dollars, bros. Jean-Michel Basquiat. I think he was the understudy of Andy Warhol or like maybe his lover or something. I'm not really sure. I know they had like a complex and interesting relationship, but look, what in the hell is that? 25 to 35 million dollars. I mean, people need a place to put their money, I guess. Christ. This is a real auction. Oh my god. I think you could find Keith Haring stuff out there because he didn't die until 1990. Look, this piece is like from 1983. 2.5 to 4.5 million. Jesus Christ. Wow, John Curran. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. I don't know enough about art, but let's say you walked into an estate sale. Seriously, dudes. And you saw that. And it is possible. It is totally possible. Would you buy it? It's weird. It looks like a rendition of Guernica because it has the light in the center here. That famous painting by Pablo Picasso about Francisco Franco, and the Nazis and all that stuff. This is a really weird painting. I don't know that I'd buy it. And like something like this would be in an estate sale for like $15, and it's worth 5 to 7 million. I think that things pass through hands in weird ways. Wealth follows wealth, but sometimes people inherit things and they just don't even know what they are. They just put them somewhere. Tell them you need to sell a hell of a lot more. Dude, they're showing prices for everything, right? And they look. They don't even. This thing is worth so much money that says estimate on request. What does that even mean? Estimate on request. Yeah. How do I look up the signature? I usually don't. I usually buy it if I like it because that's what I do for a living. I buy things I like and find the people who want them. So I don't know. I just buy it because I like it. uh, I bought some pretty awesome paintings that I liked, so I must have really passed some up that I didn't like. But I don't know. Exactly. Yeah, you're too poor to even like ask about what this Da Vinci sells for. Oh, I like how this discussion went from Kurt Wayne to this amazing. I want to watch this auction. This is how you learn right here, dudes. You got to find these auctions. You got to find out about Cy Twombly, who didn't die until 2011. This one is estimate on request too. It looks like my daughter drew on a piece of paper and then urinated on it. Um, Jean de Buffet, Peter Doig. I mean, I don't even like this. And this is worth $10 million. This is worth $10 million, dudes. Like, why don't we know about this stuff? How do you get? I just Christ. I know that there's certain buyers out there that know a lot about art, and whenever I see original art that I'm interested in, I try to buy it. I really do, but it's not that often that I'm truly interested. Uh, I did not tell them that story. Why don't you come live right now and tell the story? I'm not here to tell your stories. This is reseller stories where you come and tell your own stories. But I'm just sitting here listening to the crickets chirp. So learn about art. Seriously, look at this stuff. If you don't go to estate sales, you probably won't find a ton of really interesting stuff. But I think if a Mark Rothko came into a Goodwill, they would just never even know it. And look, it's not even signed. Like, how do you even figure out that is? You need provenance. That's why these things are worth a lot of money, is because somebody acquired them from the artist possibly, and like the provenance has been handed down. Imagine how long it would take to hand down provenance or the story of this. Because I mean, even though it's old, somebody could fake it. Somebody can fake anything. It's like, what in the fuck? The subject matter is really interesting. He's holding a crystal ball, and he has like this cross on his solar plexus, like one of the chakras there, and then one of the chakras there, and really has this oddly alien-looking face. Totally looks like an alien. The like curly locks, and he's given the Jesus sign. So I don't know if Jesus was walking around with like a crystal ball, but it seems like Da Vinci. It seems like Da Vinci. This is Salvator Mundi. What does that mean? Mundi means world. Oh, Salvatore, the savior of the world. So yeah, it is. Got it. I'm like, Mundi is world. Salvatore, what is that? Savior of the world. That's what this painting is called, Savior of the World. Crazy, crazy. I can't believe that. And look, that's one of like the last Da Vinci. Oh, let's read about this. Hold on. Holy crap. So this is really crazy. Wow. As fascinating as any best-selling thriller, the rediscovery of Leonardo's Salvator Mundi, one of fewer than 20 surviving paintings accepted as from the artist's own hand, has caused a worldwide media sensation. I just discovered this. This is not planned. The next chapter will see this masterpiece being offered at Christie's in New York. In 2011, the dramatic public unveiling of Salvator Mundi, Savior of the World, in the exhibition Leonardo da Vinci, Painter at the Court of Milan, at the National Gallery in London, caused a worldwide media sensation. painted by one of the history's greatest and most renowned artists, whose works are exceedingly rare. Fewer than 20 paintings in existence are generally accepted as from this artist's own hand. It was the first discovery of a painting by Leonardo da Vinci since 1909. Crazy, right? Whew. That's getting heated. Without question, the greatest artistic rediscovery of the 21st century. This singular example of a painting by Da Vinci in private hands. Whoa. This singular example of a painting by Da Vinci in private hands will be offered as a special lot in the post-war and contemporary art evening sale on 15 November at Christie's, New York. Oh my God. For real. This is a sick painting. Oh my God. It's like this dude like met Jesus and like painted him. Da Vinci had something weird going on. Well, I'm glad you're an atheist. I'm an atheist. I don't even believe in atheists. I believe the concept of religion is man-made, and therefore everything else is just a projection of ourselves. This is an amazing painting. The orb. Oh my God, the eyes. What? Above the left eye are still visible the marks that Leonardo made with the heel of his hand to soften the flesh. Yeah, exactly. Then they show a little spot of the Mona Lisa. But dude, wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. Holy crap. There's private sales, Picasso ceramics. Like, you could totally find a Picasso ceramic somewhere, and he's just so not known for it that you just never know. Some of this stuff, like you have Japanese post-war art. I mean, some of this is like an articulated dragon for 30,000. I mean, there's just some stuff like the late Edo period, Japanese. That's what I see all of these. There's a bunch of Asian buyers here in Portland now. We've kind of been, I would say 10% of all buyers at estate sales now are like Asian. There's so many Asians here now that I didn't see in the past, and they're all speaking Chinese. So I think and they're always looking for Asian antiquities with their little loops and stuff. They seem pretty good at it. I don't know. Spiritual? I don't know what the meaning of the word spiritual really is. I believe in the soul of man as this entity, maybe that's linked to other things. I don't know. I believe that if one religion is right, then they're all right, and if one is wrong, then they're all wrong. And there's nothing logically exclusive. Like there's no other option. Either they're all the truth or they're all not the truth. So I sit somewhere in the middle saying, doesn't really matter to me today whether it's true or not. It really doesn't. I'm here, and like I can focus on certain things or not focus on certain things. I can focus on my happiness and trying to drive the happiness of the people around me, my families, because I believe in love and happiness. It's like my thing. It's what I like. I like to be surrounded by love, happiness, and warmth, and all of those things. And I don't like evil. I don't like violence. I don't like people who use other people. I don't like any of that stuff. It's against my moral code. It's against my moral code, and it's just my own code. I don't believe it exists anywhere else besides inside of myself. And I bring that to humanity, I guess, in a certain way. I'm not always so good at it. I get mad. I have a temper. I really do. And I do this business because it helps me help people, really. I mean, I don't need to, nobody needs what I'm selling, and really in the end. You don't need old, dirty Rydell shoes. What I do need is a better studio. So when we move into the new place, I will have a little corner set up as a studio, so the quality won't be this bad anymore. I have a video setup that we'll set up um, to make the quality better, and we'll use some good backgrounds and stuff. Mostly lately, I'm just practicing speaking. I'm glad I have an audience who's listening. That's great. Just talking really, because I don't work with anybody besides. I mean, I work with a few people here in Portland who I mostly help out. They don't really. I mostly like mentor a few people, I guess. Yeah. So I said, if you send me those checks back, I'm not gonna do the deal. And if you, however long it takes you to cash them, it's on you. You're gonna have to give me that rent back. My biggest concern is that like I pre-negotiated a month of rent for free so that I could move my stuff in and paint the walls and do all that other stuff and adjust the security situation and do everything I needed. I gave myself a month to do that. Now, maybe I'm a little bit exhausted lately because I'm in a state of limbo. I'm waiting for the keys. The guy wanted to go deposit the checks and do this bullshit before he gave me the keys. So I understand, but I don't understand. It's like, just give me the keys. What am I going to do? Like, I just sent you. I mean, I sent him like $16,000. Seriously, $16,000 fucking, and he wants it to like he wants the bank to say that the checks are cool before he gives me the keys. And it's like, all right, man. He doesn't really know me. I don't know him. He's in another state. He's an older guy. He's like in his 80s. I think it's gonna be good though, because he's not gonna be once he gives me the keys, I don't think he's gonna be involved. It doesn't look like they really care what's going on. As long as they get their rent and they're not bothered, it seems like that's what they want. So that's what I'm trying to give them. Um, let me go back to okay. It's hard to explain. I have to mirror this because it's like bothering me. Let me see. Okay, I am gonna go to the toolbox and unmirror this real quick. Excuse me. And take this stupid tagline off of here. Boom. How do I mirror it? Damn it. I don't remember how I did that. Guess it doesn't matter. Mirror, 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 mirror. Nope. I don't know how I unmirror it. Oh well. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's better. That's how it's supposed to be. I don't go to really any concerts, Krillin. I work a lot of the time, and when I'm not working, I'm with my family. So I did go to see Coldplay. I'm not a huge Coldplay fan, so don't judge me, please. They did put on an amazing show, and I appreciated what they did and what they said and the message that they brought and the generosity that they brought and the show and everything. So that was pretty awesome. I like down tempo kind of chill music to work to, and I'm a really simple person. I'm not a fan of things per se. I'm like I like to listen to what makes me happy at the time, and I mean I might listen to like Aaron Neville or the Backstreet Boys or Justin Bieber. Seriously. Um Justin Bieber. But no, I like listening to music as I do my thing. I listen to a lot of Zydeco music. Um I don't know if I was really ever a fan of the Breeders. I love Sublime. Sublime's one of my favorite bands. I love Jimmy Cliff and Toots and the My Talls, and I like a lot Bob Marley, and I like who do I like? Definitely, I don't like. I don't like violent music. I just don't like violent messages or violent music. I just don't. I don't really want to spread the message of violence. I think that there's too much violence in the world, so I like to remove myself from violent exposure to violent acts and violent music and violent movies and stuff like that. I just it doesn't amuse me. I don't think it's funny. I guess I'm a defensive pacifist. Like I will defend anything that I need to, and I'm trained to do that. So I believe in that and that and the modesty of that. But uh, I um I it comes with the oh, guy went to see Saint Motel. I always hear them on the radio and stuff too. Saint Motel. Yeah, I mean, I listen to like I really like the Revivalists. I like Galactic. I like funky, groovy stuff. I don't like any. To me, it's music. It doesn't really music with a message like makes me cry and stuff sometimes. And I don't want to be like crying all the time. So I'll be listening to that kind of stuff. XX. We went to see the XX. I took my wife to see the XX for her 40th birthday, and that was great. They put on a great show. It was short, but it was sweet. I really liked it. Um, where did we go? We were talking about what kind of music. Yeah, so I like a lot of different types of music. I don't really like. I like some hip hoppy stuff, but I'm not a fan like a fan. I would be like, I love this band. I need to see them. It's like, I saw them. Maybe I'll see them. If I have the time, I'll see them. It's like cool. I was kind of bummed that I didn't see Tom Petty before he died, but they're all gonna die. We're all gonna die, so I'm not gonna see everybody. Everybody's just gonna pass away. So I know that sounds very odd, probably to some people, but for me, I don't get hyped. I don't get hyped about any get hyped about phones being released. I don't get hyped about Tamagotchis. I don't get hyped about any of that stuff. And maybe I missed the excitement of that hype, but it just doesn't hype me up. I just don't. I mean, music will pump me up sometimes, but um, I mostly use music as a way to get my brain to focus. So what happens is because I my brain doesn't function in the way that people's I guess like the average human's brain functions. I don't think it's a defect. I think it's actually a really big advantage that I have. So I'll be doing one task and divert from that task and start another task sometimes, and it'll be a more important task generally. But I need to refocus on that task because that task needs to be done no matter how important it is. So if I have music on and I'm listening to something and it's like it's tuning out the other like drive to like get you know to be at the top of the wherever the thing is that I feel like is most important at that second to get done. That's why I like to listen to like kind of down tempo ish music. Um, but I mean, people use it as for a lot of reasons. So whatever you use your music for is awesome. I just don't like screaming and I mean, I know I sound like an old man. I mean, I understand why people like it. I like Tool a lot. I really like the art rock kind of movement. I love Tool. They're not dudes not screaming. Some of it's kind of violent, but it's not. The songs I like are not violent. Um, I do like the psychedelic kind of the psychedelic riff to it. So I do like Tool. I still like Tool. But I yeah. But I mean, I don't listen to it as much. I used to be really into um, the first concert I ever saw was Tool. No, take that back. The first concert I ever saw was 311 with No Doubt. It's crazy how No Doubt was like a band that was like, you know, opening up for 311, and then now Gwen Stefani is like one of the most famous people in the world. It's crazy. I didn't like A Perfect Circle. I didn't think it was like it didn't really I don't know what show tunes. Is show tunes? I don't know about show tunes. Hey Paisley. Um, I'm dumb about a lot of stuff. I don't even know what show tunes is or are. Yeah, so that was in 1995 or 1996. I didn't even really like 311 that much. I didn't really like No Doubt that much. I just went to the concert because my friends were going, and it didn't make me like No Doubt or 311 anymore. It didn't make me like them any less either, but I guess I couldn't like them any less. And then the second show I saw was the Melvins with the Melvins with Tool. The Melvins with Tool. Yeah, I would have. I would love to. I love Bad Religion. Bad Religion is one of my favorite bands. I love Bad Religion. I don't know why I love them so much, but I really love when I just like feel frustrated. I'll like put on the music and just like it's not violent, so I like that. And then so check this out. I got to see Smash Mouth, who I really love, Fiona Apple, Faith No More. Oh, who else was in there? Jenny said, "Turn off the radio." Cowboy Mouth. Um, Presidents of the United States of America and Foo Fighters. They all played in the same day. That was in 1997. Holy shit! What's a Howard Stern wrap up show? What's Howard Stern wrap up show? Dude, that is the I used to listen to Howard Stern on the way to I used to listen to Howard Stern on the way to work, and then he just kind of got annoying. He started talking about like Sirius all the time and all this other stupid crap. And I mean, I know I don't think I don't mean, he's a really, 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 he's a really successful guy, and he's really intelligent. Uh, I don't know him personally or anything, but I've listened to lots of hours of his show on the radio commuting when I used to have to commute. And I liked it. I thought it was really, really, really funny. There was a time it was hilarious. So I had this book, and it was to teach it was to teach people how to. It's so funny. It was to teach kids how to use the bathroom, and it was like everybody has two holes or something. I don't know, something like that. And he there was a button that you push or something, and it said, "And a little hole for poo poo," and they just used that sound bit on the show for like a year. Somebody would say something, and he would put on the sound bit, "And a little hole for poo poo." And they had some of the stupidest bits on that show, but it made me laugh so hard. There was another one that was they, they would take they would take snippets from what's his name, Richard Simmons, and oh, it doesn't work. Oh, poo. What's Let me see. Try that. Is that the same one? Here, I'll invite you. Let me see if I can invite you. Invite people. Add names. Find you. Oh, maybe I don't have you on. If you're on an Apple product, it won't work for some reason. What is that? Oh my gosh. If you haven't jumped into one of these, if you haven't jumped into one of these yet, you got to be using Chrome. So if you're not using Chrome, or just put, I can't I can't invite you to this. Let's see. Go to channel. Put user in timeout. I'm going to put Mal in timeout. Okay, let me see if I can figure out how to add you here. No. That doesn't work. I think I need your email. Yeah, you should be able to get Hangouts to work on iPads or anything else. I don't know why. You just need Chrome. You need Chrome. If you don't have Chrome, no, you don't need to be. You can totally run a Hangout from your phone. You just need Google Hangouts. Okay, this is what you do. This is what you do. This is what you do. If you're on your phone right now, copy that link and open up Google Hangouts. I believe that's what you have to do. Yes, open up Google Hangouts. Here, I will show you. Michael joins. Michael!
Dude, what's up?
What's up, dude? How are you doing?
Not bad. Popped in to say what's up.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, man. I got way experimental there.
Have you been talking to the computer for an hour by yourself?
Oh, I'm talking to everybody in the chat because they're ridiculous and they don't want to come live. So there's like 10 people who have cameras who can get on, but they just refuse to because they're just we just want to stay in the chat right now. What's going down, man? How you doing? I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put the highlight on you for a second. Hey, is that all stock behind you in those bins?
They are.
Awesome, man. Would you mind if I asked you kind of like what you sell and a little bit about that little system that you're using there?
I sell a mixture of everything just because I'm just testing out myself to see what sells.
Awesome.
You know, I'm still brand new. I'm 4 months into the game, but I'm still brand new.
You're 4 months into the game only, so I'm gonna introduce Michael. Michael is a reseller from here in Portland, Oregon. We bumped into each other at Goodwill, right?
Yep.
And we just bump into each other sometimes because we have the same picking route. He kind of seems to be picking a little bit more clothing now, and
Clothes, I do shoes.
Yeah.
I do electronics. I do a lot. Like, I wonder if this will reach. Let's see. Ooh, don't get dizzy.
Did you ask me if I was talking to myself for an hour? No, I've been talking to myself for an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got mixed up on the time. I was trying to take.
I'm in a content creation mode, so I'm trying to produce like 3-hour blocks of content.
My shoes are up there. Most of this is filled with clothes. I started this system.
Where are you in your home right now?
I'm in the basement.
Okay, cool. You're a basement dude like me.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm starting this system. Of course, it's backwards, but
it's not. It's forwards.
I used to be a warehouse supervisor, warehouse manager.
Oh, cool.
And so I've done inventory systems before. So I'm just transferring that knowledge into mine because it was set up in a warehouse before, and my goal is to actually get my own warehouse.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where I'm going now. I don't know if I told you this, but in possibly this week I get the keys to some warehouse space in Selwood.
Oh, nice.
I'm actually looking for a tenant on some of the space. So
not that big yet.
Oh, I know. The commitment is $500 a month.
Right. Offset some of the costs. That's smart.
Yeah, it's $500 a month, and you get I think it's either 300 or 400 square feet of just warehouse space, and you get maybe it's a little bit bigger than that. It's like 10 feet by 30 feet. No, 12 feet by 30 feet, something like that. Wow. And you get that chunk, and then you get access to all the equipment, like the light boxes and the fashion setup that are in the place. So it's kind of like it's a little co-op that I'm trying to work out and see if it works. I think it can work. There's a lot of resellers in Portland. Somebody needs that amount of space. So
I think I hit my 100th sale today on eBay.
Congratulations. What's your average sale on eBay?
You know, I think I looked at that.
All you have to do is take the number of items you sold and the amount they sold for. So do
I
you
looked
know?
at that like maybe like 3 weeks ago, and it's like $40.
That's great. That's where I am. I think $40 is a really good sweet spot, especially with what you do. You
Right.
know, you're looking for those things that you're getting between, you're getting them under $9 and you're selling them for 40 and up, right?
It depends on what it is. Like I said, I do some retail arbitrages real well, and I could buy shoes for $50, but I'm selling them for 100 to 120.
Yeah, but how long is that turn on those?
It totally depends on the shoe.
Yeah.
Um,
What do you
like
know
like these
kind
shoes,
of an average that a new pair of retail arbitrage shoes would stay in inventory?
like these shoes here.
Is that a soccer ball back there?
Yep,
What the hell? Okay.
I found them at Ross for like $13, and I sold them for. I sold one because it didn't have the box around it for 450, and I sold
Jeez. Tough.
the other one for 54.
Virtual high five. Virtual high five. Patang. That's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, these I've had for a couple of months. They're Asics,
Mm-hmm.
and they cost me $25. And I just sold a pair today, finally, for $89.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, when you have especially discontinued shoes that are popular, you're
Right.
gonna get good money for them. I mostly sell vintage, vintage and unique shoes. The thing I find about shoes is that as a specific category, their return rate is significantly higher, which makes me want to kind of keep my average cost on shoes down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I had a pair just returned. It was the ones that I told you that I bought at Goodwill for 25 and sold them for 120.
Uh-huh.
And she emailed me right away, or messaged me through eBay right away, and told me that they didn't fit her. So got them back, put them back on eBay for 135, and I have 5 watches already.
So I have 3 measurements on every shoe at least, and they have the size, and people still return them anyway. I mean, it's just like shoes get returned. So my average shoe price is probably like $95.
Oh wow!
I have some shoes. Do you want to see some crazy shoes?
Show to us.
Here, wait, watch this. I'm gonna make your shoe. I'm gonna give you. You're gonna have shoe envy if you love shoes. I gotta brag a little bit, right?
Go for it.
I'm just kidding. I want to show you these. This is actually a bolo for you, because you can find these in Portland because there was distribution of them. There's either a plant, they might have even made them here. I don't know. They were made in the United States, but for some reason the new old stock stuff pops up. Watch this. I'm gonna blow your mind. Yeah. There's a type of leather called shell cordovan. Have you heard of shell cordovan?
I have not.
Okay, watch this. Then we'll go back. We're gonna tell some stories here. Now this is a true story. You ready? You ready? You ready? Okay. Sure. Bam. Okay. So I found 3 pairs of these the other day.
Floor shine? Is that the?
So they need to be these full broche. They're called broche.
Oh shoot! I just picked up a pair of floor shines. I don't know if it's.
Yeah, but so they're not going to be worth anywhere near. These are from the 60s.
Oh yeah.
This is actually my pair of shoes. These are ones that are no, this is somebody else. Hold on. I think I marked them a little bit low. These are mine. I marked them a little bit below. So these are new, old stock. Look at that.
Wow, that looks
New old stock 1964. How sick is that colorway?
Have they haven't been used, have they?
No, they're salesman samples, and they're at 10 and a half. Isn't that crazy, dude?
That is crazy.
Wait, I have 3 pairs. Look, this is another one of my pairs. Look at those. How it blends from that mocha to that creamy kind of color. How sick are those?
Did you find those at an estate sale?
Yeah. Yeah. So look out for Imperial Florsheim stuff. What you're looking for is this, though. You need old date codes. See how the date codes are there? You want ones that are made in the USA and have these date codes and stuff over here like that.
Jeez, what did I do with those?
Stop screen sharing. Okay.
I got my my niece and my nephew. Well, they're my sister or my wife's niece and nephew, but they came over here, and you know they're in their early 20s. And I'm like, hey, guys, you want to make some extra money? And I told them about what I do, and they was like, hey, when can we start? Sign me up. So I'm like, yes, I have some listers now. So all of this stuff that I need to get listed, I'm going to pay them like $1.50 to list.
Mm-hmm. You're a more economical man than me. I pay $2. I pay $2, but I do that because it's easy.
I wish I could say that.
So I can churn through 100 listings in 3 days if I pay $2 a listing.
Nice.
And I don't have to touch it, and it's all organized for me. You know,
No.
I think getting listers is going to propel you to the next level, definitely. And I think as you get to that next level, you're definitely going to have to think about. And I had to keep thinking about where the stuff was coming from. You're going to have to make those same. It seems like you know how to kind of pivot around. So as your inventory grows, obviously, dude, you know as well as I do, Goodwill, I posted a video on Instagram, and they're doing it even more and more and more and more. They're taking the valuable stuff, zip tying it shut, and sending it off to e-commerce.
Yeah.
Did you see that video I showed today?
I believe it. I didn't see the one today, but I definitely
Go on Instagram and watch it. I saw the van starting to come at a certain time, so I went at the time that the van came and took a video of them loading up like 6 bins and some like awesome prints. Yeah, right into this van. So they are not. Dude, they're getting better and better and better at filtering stuff.
right.
I could tell you, like, I've been picking at Goodwill for like 20 years,
Mm-hmm.
and have you noticed a couple of things? You never see a modern fishing pole ever. Never.
Right.
You never see video game systems or full computing systems or laptops or computer parts that you would imagine had some value. It doesn't come out anymore. You get used electronics, obviously.
Yep.
They're saying donations are higher than they've ever been, and they're growing by 20% per year.
I just sold this thing.
What is that?
It's like it's a 8mm viewer.
Weird.
Super old.
It's to edit. It's to edit.
Montgomery Ward.
Yeah.
So let's see that.
Yeah.
Backwards.
You can review the tape linearly instead of having to put it on a projector.
These come out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I paid like $5 for this thing. I sold it for $35.
Yeah, I mean, but you need okay. So in order to like get past where you are now, I'm saying like Goodwill in general.
Right.
It's very tough to do it. So you got to figure out, you know, you got to start working on figuring out some other sourcing methods.
Well, that's it. That's why I don't just source at Goodwill. I source at Ross. I source at Marshalls. I source at I sold a few things from on Amazon that I found on sale at Fred Meyer.
Do you think that like the retail arbitrage that you would do at Marshalls and Ross requires the same type of knowledge and kind of observational skills that it takes to do it in another type of shop?
Yep. It's different. It's the same principle.
Uh-huh.
You have to look for different things, in my opinion.
Like, you're looking for things that are trending, right?
Right. I watch the Hustle Bee and Hustler Hacks. Those guys, they do a lot of Marshalls and Ross and Nike outlets, and that's mainly what they do.
But if there were 5 more of you doing what you're doing right now there, do you think is that sustainable?
There are already people here doing it, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
there are already people here doing it.
so you're sharing with some other people who are in the market already.
Right. Like, I'm just now getting in the game, and I know that they're out there already doing it. I go in some of the stores now, I'm like, man, this place looks messed over. I think somebody's already been here.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I I've never really flipped from those places. Because I have kind of a mastery on the product flow that's around me right
Right.
now in a different way. It hasn't been part of my sourcing regime, and it's just not part of how my business works. So I am
Get it.
what's that? Yeah, no, but I see why people do it. I definitely, I mean, let's put it let's not lie to each other, Michael. Why do we both do this? Why do you do this business?
I do it right now because I don't want to work for anybody else.
High five, woohoo! But you want to make money not working for somebody else. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I mean, that's the obvious goal, right?
Yeah, you want to hustle and do your thing.
If I can work as hard as I did for those people and they really not appreciate it, why not just start doing it for me?
Yeah, dude, you're a
Make my own.
smart, you're a smart, gracious, grateful person who has the skills to like make it on their own. So
Right. So my wife is like, go for it. And I'm like,
that's awesome, man. To have a supportive, my wife is very supportive. She wasn't at first. When I first really started doing it seriously, she was like, "Listen, you can't have a hobby as a job." And I was like, "It ain't a hobby.
right,
It's not a hobby. Like I might like it, but you like what you do too. Like she's a graphic designer,
right,
she likes what she does, and it's just the same thing. You know, the thing between her potential income and mine is my potential is a lot greater because all of her she could do a business where she hired other people, but she hasn't tried to do that. She just makes her art for other people, and that's what makes her happy. And she makes a good living doing it.
right.
She doesn't want to go beyond that. But for me, I can see being in multiple cities and figuring out how to how to basically point secondhand secondhand product back onto the internet in just about any market, depending on how big you can grow and how big the market is and all that kind of stuff. So um, she didn't really see it that way in the beginning, but you know, it doesn't really matter. You got to have your own vision too. But it's really great that she definitely supports me now, and she having that support is
When she sees the fruits of your labor, yeah.
one way TJ Maxx stores. I don't Yoni suits. I don't like to go into retail. I'm addressing the chat. I don't really like to go into retail stores. They give me like really weird anxiety. So that's probably part of it. It just makes me anxious. I don't know why it does, but for some reason it just gives me this crazy anxiety. If I have to go to IKEA to get racks, I have like a panic attack. I have to bring an inhaler.
Jeez.
I'm not
I
kidding.
got
Man.
mine from Costco.
What's up?
I got my racks from Costco.
Oh, cool. I
Um,
don't. I don't know if I've ever been to Costco.
seriously?
Yeah, I don't even.
Dude, let me show you.
Dude, let me just.
So they're selling these at Costco. These pop figures, right?
Uh-huh.
And they're Star Wars pop figures.
Those are cool.
Yeah, and you know the movie's coming up. So I'm kind of trying to hold them a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are selling these. I paid 20 for these. Some people are selling these for 40, 50. But they put them together, they're selling them for over 100.
Interesting.
So this is the first order pack. It has Kylo Ren. I don't know. You know Star Wars, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm kind of a closet meditator.
And it has a Supreme Leader Snoke, the First Order Executioner, and I don't remember a BB-9E. And of course, the other one has Rey, Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, and BB-8. But I'm gonna pair these together, and I'm gonna wait for the movie to get close.
Because they're gonna drop a movie like every Christmas, right?
I think so.
It's
I
a good
think so.
time to drop a movie. I
Right.
always have I always get every time I find like box Star Wars stuff that I think is cool. Because now they just flooded the market with that shit. Disney like does what Disney did, and now you can get Star Wars tampons. I mean, it's like everything is marketed. I'm serious. It's like it's crazy.
Stick a lightsaber tampon.
Yeah. Oh my god. Lightsaber tampons. They're available in.
Hats a lot. I figured I'd put on a hat for you.
Oh, thank you. That's what I normally do. I don't have a hat. Oh my gosh. I'll put on a hat too. Hold on.
Jeez, how do you? Oh, I can't see the.
All right. I told you I'd put on a hat. Kayla at Hazel Hearts Vintage says she wants to buy a lightsaber tampon. I'm sure you can find one. I'm sure of it. So where we're going? So you'd say your business is growing?
When I first started, I did like $800 in sales. Then I did like 1,000.
You're saying by month?
Yeah.
That's good.
Was it 1,000? I can't remember if it was 1,000 or 1,200. And then September like took a big dump, and I only sold like $341. I was like, what the hell is going on? And I had the same number of items up. It's just like nobody bought anything.
September was my sales dropped like 15% in September. 15
I
or
dropped
18.
like 60, over 60%.
Yeah. I mean, the more items you have, the more you're protected from weird sways, especially like
Right.
I mean, a lot of people will tell you to have like a specialty in this kind of thing, but I don't really like that idea because I like to be protected from market swings and be able to pivot around and like, I know I won't be the best, but I'll also protect myself from a downturn in that particular thing or disruption in certain types of commerce. I always want to be able to sell somebody something that is useful.
How much you think I sell this hat for?
What's the manufacturer?
It's Nike.
Can I see it? Nike Brazil hat. If I was just gonna plug that into my site, I'd probably put it for $19.99. I mean, honestly, it's because
I might pair it with a Brazil shirt that I got.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that because I don't do retail arbitrage, and a lot of the dead stock stuff I sell is.
I actually found this at Goodwill. It's in like new shape.
Yeah, you can definitely find that stuff. Like that pair of shoes, man. Woohoo! Those look like they would sell fast. What size were those? Those Anaconda Adidas?
8.5.
That's a good size. That's perfect.
Yeah, I got them up there for 200. I'm pricing around where everybody else is.
Yeah, those were sweet. What do you think this hat is worth? Maybe Portland, Oregon.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
See, that's the kind of stuff that I don't have a clue about, and stuff that I'm still learning, like name brands and like I didn't know anything about Robert Graham until I started watching videos. And then I saw that shirt at Goodwill, and I'm like, hey, this is a Robert Graham. I'm gonna buy it. even though it's not half off.
What Yeah, I don't see a ton of Robert Graham stuff. I picked up some Robert Graham bathing suits. I have some Robert Graham cufflinks. I don't think I have any Robert Graham shirts because I think they just sell really fast and I just can't keep them in stock when I find them. I do buy them though.
Yeah.
There's been a ton of Hawaiian shirts, right? I've
Right.
never seen so many Hawaiian shirts. Good Lord.
Everybody's getting rid of them now. I've been picking up some. Some I've just been leaving behind.
Yeah, I'm picking out the Rain Spooner stuff and the James World stuff. That's all I'm picking right now. But that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean my dad can't find them. He's in Louisiana. He hasn't been able to find one in 4 weeks. So just because the trend is changing here doesn't mean it's changing somewhere else or that the market isn't open somewhere else. So it just means that maybe
Where is he again?
New Orleans.
Oh yeah, it's still warm down there.
I believe this is a bowler hat, and I believe that they wore these bowler hats in the right at the turn of the century. This is an old hat, man. It's in mint condition. I mean, mint condition.
Good.
It's old.
Yeah, I'd have to do research on it.
It was like hermetically sealed. It was in like a bag that had all the air taken out of it, so it hasn't. It feels like it's new. I mean, it's an old hat. It's not. It's in the style of the early or the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Yeah.
But it's a later production. You know, this was made in the 40s maybe. It's old though, 50s at the latest.
Did you happen to see a mannequin at Goodwill when you went there?
A red one?
No, a black one.
Which Goodwill?
No, the super one on right off of.
They get a lot of mannequins in there.
I went there tonight. My daughter has soccer practice, and her field is at right behind Benson High School. Do you know where Benson High School is?
Absolutely.
So it's right behind there. So I just either I go there to that Goodwill, or I go to Ross. Tonight I went to Goodwill and I found this mannequin. It was $30, but it looked like a. Let me look.
Do you have it there in your basement?
I do.
Well, point the camera at it.
I would point the camera at it, but the camera's being.
I think your camera quality is better than mine.
Really? I picked my camera up at Goodwill for $4.
I have a really nice
Check it out.
nice optic.
He has on a Jordan shirt right now.
Woo-hoo! That's cool. Wait, wait.
I'm like,
yeah, that looks like. I think I got mine on Amazon for like $15 or something.
I just don't want to get one of those plastic ones with the back that's out.
I have both.
Do you?
Yeah, I have one like that too. It's like, is it fabric?
Yeah, it's fabric on the outside.
Yeah, I've got one of those too. A men's torso that's fabric, and then I have a woman's torso that's like older, like an antique one.
I don't want to grab the crotch. It makes me feel funny.
It makes me feel funny. It puts the lotion on its skin, or it gets the hose again.
It's in great shape.
Yeah, we just have Michael in his basement hanging out with a corpse right now. This is really nice. Welcome to the show, Michael. Yeah, so that's a good. I mean, I think when there's an opportunity, even sometimes like maybe you could have gotten that cheaper, but you're like, I need that. It's here.
Right.
It's an okay price. Let's do
exactly what I was thinking.
Dude, that's how you're gonna get ahead in this game too. I
tried to wait. I saw some at the Goodwill on Lombard.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna wait till they go down. And I went back in there one day and they were gone. And I'm like, if I see a nice one like those were, I'm not gonna wait again.
Yeah, and I don't think you should. It's silly. You're like, what? I mean, today I bought some lights for the new office because they were cheap and they were there.
Right.
Really, really high quality. So I got some they're like 100-watt LED multi-directional floodlights. And just for the center one, the warehouse has like hanging lights, but they're all like 55-watt bulbs. So I want like one really, really bright one in the center to illuminate the room really well. It's really nice to be able to see when you're picking orders.
Nice. You said it's in Selwood, huh?
Yeah, it's in Selwood. It's. Do you know where Sock Dreams is?
What's that?
Sock Dreams.
Huh.
Okay, so if you go down,
I don't know Selwood that well.
You're from here though, right?
No, I'm not from here.
Oh, Jesus, I thought you were from here. Go back home.
I don't want to go back home either.
I wouldn't either. I'm from New Orleans. You think I want to go back home? No.
Arkansas.
Dude. Yeah, I have no desire.
I
have no desire to go back there.
The only reason I go back is to visit my folks.
Me too. Like, why would I ever go back there? It's medieval to me, the way people act and think, honestly.
I hate the humidity. I just stay inside.
I mostly get annoyed by the other human beings. My family I like, but it's all the other people I don't like. Where were we going? What were we talking about before that? Damn it. I lost track.
We were talking about me playing with my mannequin.
Oh yeah. So no, strike while the iron's hot. Get your stuff going. Then we're talking about Selwood. So it is on 13th and like Roan or something. It's one of those. There's a bunch of shops. There's a Starbucks 2 blocks away. There's the oldest antique store in Oregon about 3 blocks away. There's a coffee shop across the street. There's a bunch of antique shops that kind of buy stuff, but they don't buy what I buy.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be pretty cool, man. I am seriously looking for a tenant who wants to.
That's cool, though.
But I'm gonna put it once I get I can't really offer the space to anybody until I get the keys.
Right.
So I'm gonna get the keys, take some nice pics, see if there's anybody who wants to jump to the next level. Because I would definitely help somebody who's coming in to get there. I really like that hat. That is sick. That is really
production from this year.
Oh man, it looks good.
But I saw it and I'm like, I like that hat.
I do too. I love that hat.
Old logo on it, but
you want to see something really cool? Here you go. I will show you something really cool. I don't know how old anybody in the chat is, but see that? Do you remember the game, the game show Remote Control?
I don't. Wait.
Jon Stewart was the host.
I don't remember that. Why don't I remember that? I was alive when.
Look at the box on this. If you want a 90s and late 80s, early 90s wardrobe, look what these people are wearing.
Right. And the hairstyles.
Yeah, dude, look at that. Look at that. What color would you describe his shirt?
It is a raunchy puke.
I would call it pistachio.
Yeah.
Okay, let's call it. Let's be. Let's be polite and call it pistachio.
Okay, we'll call it pistachio.
So, yep, her shirt looks like a hot dog. It's got like ketchup and mustard. She's got a pistachio shirt, and she looks like a blueberry. And this dude over here.
Wow. Did you find it at Goodwill?
Yeah. This is amazing, right? As you can tell, Michael, I really enjoy my said profession. So I don't know if you know a lot about how my business works. We've talked a little bit, but I would say Goodwill is below 20% of what I buy. We just run into each other at the same time, I think, because the times I go to Goodwill, you're there.
Right. I drop my daughter off at school, which is near where you drop your daughter off.
Exactly.
I sometimes head to that Goodwill, and
exactly. So we kind of cross paths there. But I mostly do estate sales, and I have some pretty good contacts in the estate sale industry, and I'm making some contacts in the retail market. In the real estate market, to say, hey, do you have a house for sale?
Right.
I would like to come give you money today. or the heirs money today? How can I add value to you? If your real estate company needs to get stuff out of a house or help with heir stuff, like how do I get to be somebody who comes in and helps you guys out?
Actually, they're pretty
Instead
good.
of having set things up and, to have some different ways to access stuff and help people get rid of stuff too. I'm not trying to exploit anybody. I'm trying to like get people the cash they need and get stuff moved, because I do have the ability and will have the ability to process inventory. The other thing that would work really well with my business model possibly is consignment. The great thing about consignment is you don't need capital, but you do need people to be able to come into a space that is safe to be able to drop their stuff off, and you need proper invoicing and all that kind of stuff. I'm not in love with the consignment model, but I can see it as an option so that capital isn't limited. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't have to buy it. You just possess it, right? I also don't like the pawn shop model where you walk into a place and there's like all this random, there's like a dirty hair dryer and a concrete, like I like order, and I don't feel like
the last time I've been in a pawn shop.
Exactly. Now talk to everybody else you know.
Right.
One of the oldest pawn shops in Northeast Portland, the one that was on MLK, it closed.
What was the nearest cross street? Do you remember?
Fremont probably. Yeah, probably Fremont. A very close cross street is Fremont.
Yeah.
So
I'm remembering it because I live like right off of MLK on Alberta.
Okay,
not
cool.
Alberta, but on Mallory, which is
cool. It might be like at the end of Mallory Street. I don't know. It's like right over there. No, that's way far north. No. It's way down. Yeah, it's way down near Fremont, and the barbecue place is in the parking lot. Ken's Barbecue or whatever. Kenny's Barbecue, something like that. He's like a really famous barbecue dude, and he has a little shack, barbecue shack.
Russell Street Barbecue.
It's not that far from Russell Street Barbecue, but it was in the same parking lot as this barbecue guy. There's a barbecue guy and like a soul food cart or something like that in there. But he just closed, and they were in business since 1987.
Wow.
They have a second location that is downtown on like 3rd, where they do mostly jewelry and stuff like that. So they moved all the inventory over there. He did let me buy a bunch of I knew the owner, Ken. His name is ironically Ken. I kind of had a friendship with him, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I want to get rid of all this stuff. Give me $100." And I'd be like, "Here." And he would just give me like $2,000 worth of crap that he just didn't feel like dealing with. I mean, I did that like 20 times. So he closed, and I bought some of his inventory that he didn't want to move with him. Some like calculators and some stuff and some redundant inventory that had the other place.
Right.
But I wanted to like buy everything. just give me everything, because everything was good. It was just overpriced.
Right.
I mean, that was the truth of the matter. I mean, they were trying to sell the stuff for more than eBay, and pawn shop stuff is stuff people buy on eBay.
No, pretty much.
So yeah, so for my own business, I don't really like the model of actually selling it to the people who you bought it from. I like a place where you can sell stuff and then it gets sold online. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm really dedicated to it working. I sure hope it works. It will require me having somebody to
Where's my
Remote Control was hosted by Ken Ober and featured Colin Quinn as the announcer. Colin Quinn was the announcer. I'm sorry.
You think that'll sell?
Who made that?
Oh shoot! I still have the tag on it. I still have the Goodwill tag on it.
You gotta have.
I just like it because of what it says. Coffee, need I say more? No, really. Can I have more? Carson?
This is a Starbucks mug from 1987.
Oh, I remember you showing me those.
Yeah. This one actually came from a different place. This didn't come from Goodwill. This is an older one than the ones at Goodwill. But I do sell a lot of mugs, but I do have a big old bin of them over there.
Jessica Flick. You heard that name?
Jessica Flick? No.
Probably no good then.
These sell for pretty good money. These Starbucks barista ones. They're huge. Look at the size of this thing.
I know.
Look, it makes my head look small.
I found these. Where are they?
Yeah, now you can see me now. Here, sorry. Hey, everybody, here's the stupid mug. Look, it says Italia and it says the Dolce Vita or some garbage. Look, there it is. Are you happy? Are you happy?
I left them upstairs.
What? You left what upstairs?
I found these. I think they're wedding coffee mugs. And one of them says "I do," which is the ladies, and the other one says "I do." Then in small print it says what she says. Right.
So you know what they say, Michael? The funniest things are the ones that are true.
Right. Right.
That's my life.
I'm still in the process of bringing stuff from, because we're in the attic. So I had all my stuff in the attic. And so I'm in the process of bringing it all down here in the basement now. Because I live in a big house. We live in this huge house. It's 4 stories. Basement's done. The main floor, second floor, and the attic, they're all finished.
Cool.
And, my brother-in-law, his family were here. They just recently moved to California. And we were here, and my mother-in-law is here.
Mm.
And so we all just congregated in this house. So we rent our house out now.
Rent the house that you own out to somebody else?
Yeah.
You look at you, Grant Cardone.
Whoever that is.
Grant Cardone.
So eventually we're actually gonna, my wife really wants to get into real estate.
Yeah, I think real estate. So Portland is at the bubble is bursting upon us. Have you noticed that? No one's talking about it either.
Yeah.
Have you noticed? You're smart and observant. Have you noticed?
It's getting real quiet.
Dude, quiet?
I say quiet because nobody's really saying anything.
White noise, broski. It's gonna be the next San Jose over here. No, it rains for 6 months out of the year, and it sucks because of it.
Right.
And it's like, at least Seattle, it just rains all the time, so people just deal with it. But here, it just causes, like, people go nuts. I don't know what it is about Portland. Portland has never, like, come of age. I mean, it seemed like it was happening, and it still is. It definitely is. I'm not saying it's not. But this is what happened to Seattle 20 years ago almost.
Well, maybe Portland will catch up soon.
I don't want it to. I don't want it to, really. It's troubling. Now I have to, like, wait in traffic and, like, wait in line at places. Like, God, I never had to wait in line, and I didn't have to wait for traffic. I just did what I wanted. I was poor, and I rode a bicycle most of the time. God, all that's over, man. Portland's over. It's over. There's a website. Have you seen it? It's like, should I move to Portland? And then you hit the button, and it says no. That's the whole website.
I haven't seen that one.
It's great. It is great.
So I'm going back and forth from the Hangout and YouTube, and there's like a big lag in the video.
Oh, there always is.
It's so weird.
Yeah, so that's the thing about chatting. The chat will always be on lag, and the Hangout will always be in real time. So that's why I like to do Hangouts with multiple people, because you can kind of get a crazy flow. I'm still practicing, and the new place will set up a real soundstage with an actual good camera and really a microphone, and I actually have a green screen behind me. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so a green screen to set up, and like, so we'll be able to like have some people on the show, and then like have as the background the things that we're talking about,
Right.
and kind of interact with them in kind of that way, and see if that works. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like new ways to kind of do things. I like the idea, like on my show, of like live listing and then having people like you come on and talk, and wrap it up, and have people in the chat wrap as well. We usually have a good dozen or so people listening, and we always have like 50, 60, 70 people come through and watch at least part of the time. So it's
Right.
pretty cool. We got have a little viewership. That's that's all I ever wanted, really. Like nothing is monetized or anything like that. Um, so I think this is like my 12th video or something.
All right, man. I think I'm gonna take off and go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. That was me firing out. So yeah, man, good luck out there, and I will see you in the field.
Yes, man. All right, take it easy.
See ya. All right, everybody. Well, Michael came in and talked to us. That was cool. He's a new reseller from Portland. He's been in the game for like 4 months. I see him around at the Goodwills. I pop into the Goodwills. I'm finding them less and less attractive as even partial part of my sourcing. As even part of my sourcing, and I think I may abandon them altogether here very, very shortly. I kind of feel like sometimes the time that I used to go acquire a couple of items could easily be used to make the things going on here better. So I'm going to focus inward here. I'm not really trying to change too much down here until I get at least I'm in the new place where I can like start dwindling the inventory from here and building it up over there. And I'm just gonna kind of move it as I go. I'm not gonna like try to burn anything out. I don't need this space down here for anything. I can still continue to run run from here in almost any capacity. So, and I can afford the racks I need to build at the other place, then move these over. I mean, there's a lot of strategies. I haven't decided my exact moving strategy yet, but I really don't want to do that until I get into the space again and have the confidence of like being ready to go. So I make the best decisions when I have like the confidence of being ready to go. And right now I'm in this weird like lull phase. So I'm going to just kind of wait it out, I think. But on that note, I want to thank everybody who watched. I know I'm a little bit crazy, but that's who I am. So I'm just going to be who I am and show you guys what I do a little bit. I'm going to keep some secrets, definitely. If you have questions, I'll answer them if I feel like it. If not, I won't. But I probably will. But sometimes I'm salty. So thanks, everybody, and good night.